What's the #1 skill that differentiates billionaires from ordinary people? It is not fame, it is not influence, it is not persuasion. It's definitely not what you may be thinking about that separate or differentiate billionaires such as Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey, or even Navin Jain. If you can master this one skill, you will become very productive, wealthy, and successful. So let's dive into right now into this #1 skill you need to master if you want to become like one of these billionaires. Now, before we dive into this #1 skill you need to master to think like a billionaire, make sure you subscribe to Success Booster Academy and ring the notification bell if you haven't done so. Once you ring the notification bell and subscribe to Success Booster Academy, we'll learn how to make more money and also how to achieve financial free in these turbulent times. The #1 skill that all billionaires have in common is focus. Focus, which is F.O.C.U.S, stands for follow one course until successful. You see, the reason that most people don't achieve great things in life is because they tend to pursue different projects at the same time. They tend to multitask. We tend to get distracted by other opportunities, and because of that, we lose momentum. So because every time we are working on a project and then we stop and start working a new project, we lose time. What can we learn from Steve Jobs in terms of focus? That's a great question, and this is why. When Steve Jobs returned to Apple after being dismissed, he found Apple with 15 different product platforms and an extremely large number of each product. So as he didn't know which product he would recommend to his friends if they ask him, which product you think is the best to buy, after a strategic review, he eliminated all the unimportant products and only decided to focus on 4 types of products: iMac, iBook, Mac, and PowerBook. If you really want things to change and become a highly effective and productive person like these billionaires, then you need to follow one thing until you become successful. No excuse. Don't get distracted by other things. Don't get distracted by other projects or tasks. Of course, it's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would be successful, isn't it? But the truth is this: if you really want to become truly successful and have more freedom and to do the things you really care about, then you need to develop a laser focused mindset. But what is a laser focused mindset? A laser focus is the mental ability to give 100% of your attention to the tasks and projects you prioritize in the present moment. So what can we learn from Elon Musk? At a speech at the USC, Musk advised us. This is what he said: focus on signal over noise. Don't waste time on stuff that doesn't actually make things greater and better. Focus in this sense means the right signal. It means the right tasks, the right projects, the right goals. And noise is distractions, things that actually distract us from achieving the most important goals and tasks. If you always find yourself getting distracted during the day, I'll tell you that you need to think about your most important task and get the habit of doing it before moving to anything else. Do it first thing in the morning, or if you like, after you're taking care of your mental health, like after you do your meditation. because we tend to put things off. The things are important. We tend to leave them for last, and then we end up not doing them at all. But once you do them right after you wake up or first thing in the morning, then you're more likely to achieve them. As you may know, Jeff Bezos is obsessed with measuring everything. I would agree that we can't hit a target or achieve a goal if we are not consistently measuring it. However, I would also say that don't measure everything, only what matters. So if you want to learn more about how to set metrics, I would recommend you to read a book called Measure What Matters from the author John Doerr. He teaches how to set OKRs, which are kind of performance review goals. And this is about setting big goals and then slice them down and making sure that they get done. I really believe that we need to be honest about ourselves in terms of goals. We need to evaluate our performance and be happy to receive negative feedback. Of course, we don't like negative criticism or feedback, but I really think that negative feedback or what separate or what differentiate ordinary people from great people. Of course, we don't like negative criticism or feedback, but I really think that negative feedback or what separate or what differentiate ordinary people from great people. What can we learn from Navin Jain? Navin Jain, who is a billionaire who came from America when he was younger, and he came with only $5 in his pocket. So he teaches us that we need to think about going to the root of the problem instead of solving symptoms. He teaches me that I need to break things down in small, manageable steps. And I think this is very relevant because sometimes we tend to solve big problems and we don't think about how to break them down in small achievable steps and then only focus in one thing at a time. So we want to focus on this thing and then get it done as soon as possible. And this is about setting big goals and then slice them down and making sure that they get done. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you do, subscribe to the Success Booster Academy channel and then leave me a comment below this video.